Oh, cool. Okay, I'll just delete these then, huh?
Are you sure you turned that microphone off and didn't turn it on?
Well, that's what I'm saying, just keep it PG, man. Wait, I can go on the thing and see if the. Oh, let me just scroll up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Jacob, walk by, walk by.
Don't stop though, right?
No. Okay, did you mind? Yeah, I don't think we're watching it like this. Yeah, there's a 30-second delay, but hold on, let me go to next. Yeah.
Yeah, you're like right in that one still.
Oh, really?
That's crazy. Oh, it's super wide.
Followed by, followed by. Followed by, further. There is no 30-second delay now, 9 people already there, that's good.
Okay. You see that?
Nope. So there is a 30-second delay, yeah, that's fine, that's good.
Not 30 seconds. That wasn't 30 seconds.
No,
That's just live.
The normal delay. Okay, set up Facebook.
Can you put the sound up and see if you can hear?
Is the microphone on? Go ahead.
No, it's not. Let's see if you can hear anything. No. Oh, okay. Cool. All right. This one on Facebook.
Yeah.
Somebody's phone.
Somebody's phone? So come on, man. Goodness.
This is my phone.
Mm-hmm.
This one is? This one is?
guys, welcome. Just give us 1 minute while we look at the frame here for a second. Come on. Here. We good? All right, welcome everybody. So let's start today's class by doing a couple workouts or warm-ups so we can get loose before we start to practice, okay? Oh, it's four, no, it's, that clock's wrong. I think it's 4:32 already. Yeah, all right, we can start. All right, let's start doing a couple warm-up exercises to get loose, okay? The first one we're going to practice is just breaking our fall a little bit. So make sure you have a good space around you, and let's go. Chin down. As I rock back, I'm gonna slap the mat softly because I don't wanna hurt myself. It's just easy. Here. Sit up. Good. By the way, you can ask any questions you want right there in the comments. If you're on Facebook, please join our YouTube if you want to interact. And you'll be able to interact with us. Mr. John is back there behind the computer looking at your comments, okay? So I'm breaking my fall, boom, next one. Let's go, just bridging right here. Feet, hands on the ground with my fingers pointing forward. Like you're driving a car here, plant your feet, hands with the fingers forward. Guys, let's close that door right there because of the sound, please. Hips up and down, slow. Hands here, hips up and back. One more time, hips up and back. Okay, I'm gonna talk a little louder so you guys can hear better, okay? So here, hips and back. Nice. Let's practice the shrimp a little bit now. Okay, the shrimp is one of the most important jiu-jitsu moves that we practice because as a jiu-jitsu rule, we always want to practice to be able to do moves on someone who's bigger and stronger than us, right? So the shrimp allows us to move away from someone else because we're not always going to be strong enough to push them away, right? So let's lay down here. I'm laying down on my side, like I want to take a nap, but don't fall asleep, all right, guys? Here, all the way on my side, I put my feet on the ground, and now I want to practice slowly to push my hips back and head forward. So watch. Here, here, then I can turn to the other side. Here. Here, John, feel free to tell me if someone comments that the video's low or the image, and then we can fix, okay? All right, so the shrimp one more time. Come here, Jacob, please. Watch, with the partner, I'll lay here, stand up, just stand up. You just need to see Jacob's legs, don't worry, guys. I'm here, I'll have him stand over me, walk up a little bit more, right here, elbows in, I get all the way on my side. Hands on his shin, he gets in base, bend the legs a little bit, and I push my hips out of there, put my feet on his hips, slowly, okay? So one more time, I'm here, I get to my side, I put my hands on his leg, and push my hips out of there slowly, guys. One trick I like to use, look, let's turn like this, Jacob. Is to lift my hips from the ground a little bit. Watch. Here and back. Then I can put my feet on his hips. That's a great exercise for us to practice so we learn how to move away from the person. Okay? All right. So before we begin, let's go over a few rules of jiu-jitsu for those of you who have not been to class, or just a quick freshen up. Give me 30 seconds to go over, okay? We don't want to do any moves to hold someone down or tackle them unless they're trying to hurt us. That's very important to understand. So as we get better at jiu-jitsu and we get more powerful, we don't use that power to hurt other people. Right, guys? Okay, so happens to me, but it's very important that we practice how to talk, how to use our words, and express what our needs are, okay? So let's do the first move for the practice. Let's do a little bit of the bully control in the guard, okay? So let's begin in the guard. John, let me know where I'm good on both screens over there, please. Back up a little bit. On your knee, right there, good. All right, so we're gonna start like this. Sit down a little bit, Jacob. On your knees, good. My feet are on his hips, okay? So, the way that we can do jujitsu on someone who's much bigger than us is because we use our whole body, so we generate even more power, you know? If I just use one leg to try to push his hip like this, it's not strong enough. He's not gonna go anywhere. He can still come forward, maybe hit me or try to hurt me, you see? If I use two legs, it's better, but go forward, Jacob. If Jacob's a lot bigger than me, he might still be able to come up and touch my face. So, I plant my feet. Check it out, guys. Let's walk over here. Hands up like this. Look at my toes right here on Jacob's hip. It fits like a Lego piece. Perfect. It's not like that, as if you're gonna go skiing, okay? Feet sideways, I open my knees. Let's go back over here. Now, I have to check my legs. See, walk forward a little bit. Look at this. My legs are bent like a spring. They're not strong anymore. I'm trying to use muscle. So if he's bigger than me, it won't work. What can I do here? I can move myself back until my legs feel strong, like I'm standing in base, but I have my feet on his hips. Okay? So, back up a little bit here. So we're going from here, and he's slowly, Jacob's going to try to touch my head. Now listen, this is not a game where Jacob's trying to win. He's just trying to help me practice. Remember, one of the most important parts of class is learning how to practice together, okay? So he'll try to touch my head, and when he does, I don't just use my legs, I raise my hips a little bit. So I have my whole body against him. So go ahead, Jacob. Try to touch my head. Good. Walk around a little bit. Can be on your knees. Good. Boom. Walk around. Good. I keep my hips up. I glue on him. Go ahead. All the way around. Here, look. I want to keep everything solid. I don't want to be like this. Everything using one power together. Go back to that side, Jacob. Good. That's it. So let's do it one more time, okay? I'm here. Let's practice like this time. Back up a little bit. I'm here. I'm going to... Give me 1 second, guys. Let me fix this Facebook camera. 1 second. All right, we're good. Okay. Again, if you're on Facebook and you want to interact with us and send us messages that we can answer right now, please log into the Kaique Jiu-Jitsu YouTube. Okay, on YouTube you can interact. John's back there behind the computer. He will answer. He'll tell me, and then I can answer the questions here on the video. So let's go back to that exercise. Where do you need to go? So now we're gonna practice like this. I'm here on my knees. Jacob will slowly, again, we're working together, guys, not trying to hurt each other, okay? He's going to slowly push my shoulders, and then I break my fall. What shall we do? Break my fall, feet ready. Let's do that 3 times. That's a great exercise for self-defense, and it makes us really strong, okay? So sit up. Jacob pushes me down, chin down, break my fall. Feet on the hips. If you're having a hard time putting the feet on the hips, back up a little bit. It's because they're too far. So ask your partner to come in a little closer. Nice, I got it right there. One more time, okay? Then we're going to practice a different move then. Here, push, break my fall, feet on the hips right there. Hands up, hips up. I have all my power right there. Okay? All right. So let's move on to the next move. In Jiu-Jitsu, I always like to plan, what if this doesn't work? What would I do next, right? So let's practice now. What would I do if Jacob throws my legs to the side? Okay, so Jacob, you lay down here, please. All right. So he has his feet on my hips. Then I'm going to grab his ankles, back up a little bit, throw his legs, and slowly walk to the side, slow, and lay my chest on him. Now again, if I'm much bigger than Jacob, I don't want to crush him like a pancake, right guys? Just put your chest a little bit, make him go flat, you see? Okay, so that's the top person's job. Let's do that a couple times each, okay? And then we'll do what the bottom person has to do. All right, so I'm here, feet on the hips. I come up, grab his ankles, back up a little, toss his legs to the side, slowly walk over, lay my chest in the middle of his chest, and put him flat on the ground. All right, right here. If it's your parents, you can ask them, say, can I put all my weight on you right now? Can I? Okay, Jacob, can I?
Yes, sir.
All right, so then, if I want to use all my weight, and the partner said it's okay, I have to do it slowly, and I start getting on my tippy toes like a push-up, and putting my hands in the air, like that. So all my weight's on him. Jacob, count to 10, please.
1, 2, 3.
Ah, look. See, it's putting weight on him, and it's harder for him to get out and to even talk, right, guys? So, does anyone there know what he should do? What should the person on the bottom do so I don't flatten him and I don't lay on him like a pancake? Anybody? I'll give you guys a few seconds. You let me know, okay, John? We got a little delay, so we have to wait a couple seconds till you guys hear and you're able to answer, okay? What should the bottom person do so I don't crush him when I lay my chest on top of his chest? John, what time is it?
4:39.
Okay. All right, so the secret here is to get on your side, okay? So come on top, Jacob, please. When he lays on me here and I'm flat, go ahead and do the super hands. Oh, Jacob's been eating a lot in quarantine. All right, so here, look how I'm flat. It's very hard to bring my legs over there because my upper body's pinned on the floor, you see it? I'm here. It's hard to bring it in. So, come back. Let's practice a few times. Jacob will throw my legs out of the way, come in to lay on me, and all I'm doing is getting on my side, right here. Nice. Put both arms over for today's practice. Nice. Go back. Let's do the other side. Let's do it from here one time so you guys can see a different angle. Here, Jacob throws it, get on my side, and then he lays on me softly, slow. Good, both hands over the body for now. Perfect, let's go back. All right, so now we're going to practice how to put him back in the guard. Remember guys, the guard is the secret weapon of Jiu-Jitsu. Why do I say that always? Well, Jiu-Jitsu allows you to, when the person is stronger than you and tries to hurt you and throws you on the floor, he allows you to use the guard to defend yourself. So you can fight from the bottom. Most people don't know how to do that. So I call it the secret weapon of Jiu-Jitsu because when someone attacks you and they throw you on the ground, surprise! You have your guard to defend yourself still, and they don't know that. So let's see how we can put someone who is laying on us inside of our guard, okay? I'm here. Going to start from here. Jacob throws my legs to the side. I already, look at this, I can't go like that, he'll get on my back, right? That's Jiu-Jitsu rule number 1, don't turn your back to the bad guy. He's a good guy, but today we're pretending, right? So here, he'll throw my legs, I get on my side right away. Now, once I get on my side, slowly he's going to lay his chest on me. Go ahead. I block his hip, do a little shrimp, and bring my knee. Lift this hand so they can see. Right in there, guys. Look at that. My knee goes right on top of my arm. So I'm here. I block, do a little shrimp, bring my knee across, wrap him with the other leg. All right. Now I'm halfway towards my guard. From here, I'm going to push, move, shrimp a little more, and then I can either close my guard, this way, or I can put my feet on his hips again. You see? So let's watch one more time. Let's see here. Okay. So hold on 1 second. Let me adjust the picture on the camera here. Look, I'm gonna move this camera up a little bit. Hold on. Yeah, Jacob, let's scoot in a little bit more, please. Scoot in a little bit more. That's it. Let me see if I can change it here a little bit. Yeah, that's good. Let's go. Let me see. Head this way, Jacob, please. Good. And get a little bit closer. Lay down and get a little bit close. Right there. Perfect. Okay, that's where I'll be. You go up now. All right. So I'm here. Start here. Slowly. Please be careful. Don't toss my legs hard, Jacob. And have the person go like that, right, guys? It's not a good way to practice. Another practice rule, you always start at power 1, and then slowly you go power 2 or 3. You don't start on power 1, and all of a sudden go to power 20, and get on top. That's hard for the other person to practice, okay? All right, let's do it. So watch, here. Jacob throws my legs. I get on my side. Wait for him. Block, both arms over. I bring the shrimp a little, bring my knee right in there, guys. Boom. Second leg, wraps him. Now I got him. I can even check it by having Jacob walk this way. Walk around this way a little bit, Jacob. Look at that. I still got him. Go back the other way. And when he goes back, I turn, block him, shrimp a little bit, put him in my back. Oh, he's far away. Well, guys, even though we use our legs in the guard, we can't just use our legs. Right now, I can't cross my feet. What should I do here? Any opinions? John, tell me whether right, okay? John?
Yeah.
When you see it. Yeah, it's just a little delayed, so when you guys write it, we don't get it right away, you know? Let's see if we can put something behind that door there. Yeah. Maybe outside. Go around the back mat, and then grab something we can put there heavy, please. Okay. All right. So let's go back one more time. Oh no, hold on. We're here. Okay. So what I do if I can't cross my feet? Well, I have two options. One option. What, John?
Bruce Leroy just answered legs on the hips.
Feet on the hips, that's right. So one, I can go feet on the hips. Boom, move away, I'm good. Second, is I can grab him. I get in, I grab him, and I pull. This is a great lesson for us. Which one is correct? How do you know which one to choose? Oh, do I grab the person? Do I put my feet and push them away? Well, if we want to do good jiu-jitsu, sit down a little bit bigger. I do whatever he wants. If I'm here and Jacob is going backwards a little bit,
Good. I put feet on the hips, so I get back. Let's say he's avoiding me from grabbing him. Head up and posture. Yeah, up, push. Okay. He chose for this one. Then that's the one I do. That's the essence of jiu-jitsu, guys. I do what he allows me to do, and I pick the easiest option at that time. That's usually the right move. So when do I grab him? Well, let's say I'm here, and Jacob is leaning forward a little bit, or he even tries to grab me, grab my head, Jacob. I get inside, control, wrap him. If I cannot cross my feet, some of you guys are practicing with your parents, right? So if I cannot cross my feet, then I can trap his legs. Look, right here. When he tries to lift, just slow, try to lift one leg up, it's very heavy and hard for him to get past my guard. You see, guys? So jiu-jitsu is a game that I have to work with his power. Whatever way his power is going, I have to do a move going in that way, okay? So, one more time. Let's do it from there, Jacob. Let's practice 3 times just the move. Go ahead. Here. Shrimp. Bring the knee, lock. My knee's stuck. Put the foot on the ground. Move my hips. Lock it up. Already got them closed. Nice. One more time. Let's go. 2 more. Here. Get to my side. Block. Bring the knee. Boom. Get to my side. Lock it up. Get inside. Hug it. As we do the move well, it's important to increase the speed a little bit, but we have to do it correctly. All right, guys? So here, one more time. Get on my side. Block. Bring the knee. Leg over. Push. Turn the other way. Cross my feet. And I got him here. All right? Okay, so let's do a quick game before we go into a lesson about behavior. Okay? Let's start the game. Give me 1 second. All right. Okay, so the game today, back-to-back attack. Jacob didn't know this, so hopefully he's not ready so I can win. Just kidding. Guys, any game that we play in jiu-jitsu, sparring included, is for us to get better. If we try our best, we will get better at jiu-jitsu, we will get stronger and faster. If every time you spar or play a game and you lose, you feel like you failed, that's not the right attitude, and that's not the way that you're going to be a good black belt one day, okay? I know our brain does that sometimes, but it's important for us to keep it positive. So I want you to remember, anytime you spar or you play a sparring game like we're about to do, or sumo, then don't worry about whether you win or lose. Just try your best every time, and you keep getting better. And another tip, if you keep not being able to do what you want, let's say you're playing this and you can never get on top or put the person in the guard, then ask your teacher. I'm sure they'll be really happy to help you. It makes me really happy when students ask me questions and I can help them, okay? All right, so here's the game. The time, John, please?
4:51.
Okay, so we're about 4:55. We start here. Are we center? Back to back, Jacob? On both. Okay, so we start here, and hopefully a third person will say, ready, go. When they say go, I cannot open my arms because I don't want to whack them in the face like that when I'm turning, okay? Keep your wings closed, people. All right, so I'm here. When I say go, we'll both start turning to trying to get on top of each other. So go slow motion, Jacob. If he gets on top of me, oh look, he got up, I'm still down. He already got on top. Fine. I'll put him in my guard and lock it up. You got it? Okay, let's try it. All right, ready? Right there. Ready? Hold on, okay, we need a third party. John, you're gonna say ready, go. Hands up, Jacob.
All right, ready, set.
Yeah. Rematch.
Ready?
Ah! I get a touch. Nice. What if I can't escape here? Should I start freaking out? Ah! Let me out of here! Let me out! Ah! No! I'm stuck, but he's not hurting me. I relax. Breathe. Wait. Oh, I just remembered a move from here. Shrimp. Bring it in. Put him in the guard. Boom. Got him. All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's class. It was really fun for us, and we plan to do it again, hopefully tomorrow. So at the same time, okay? Now I'd like to introduce Jacob. He's one of our brown belts, and he has a master in you can say what it is, Jacob, because I don't want to say the wrong thing.
In applied behavior analysis.
Yeah, so he helped me a lot on different tasks that we have at Jiu-Jitsu. You can sit if you want, Jacob, if you don't want to hurt your knees. And on just specific things that I was doing wrong, that I could do better to help my students' behavior change. So he's gonna speak about that a little bit right now. Move right here, Jacob, a little bit. And you can talk a little, and I'm gonna watch their questions, and then we interact, okay?
Sounds good.
So you can explain what you do and what that is, please.
Yes, like Pedro mentioned, my name is Jacob G, and my specialty is in applied behavior analysis. So I've worked with, yes?
Go ahead. No, you're
With people both with special needs and typically developing and maintaining appropriate behaviors.
Yeah, right there.
Good?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay. So one of the main suggestions that Professor Pedro and I have talked about in regard to behavior is making sure that we're always clear, right? What are the behaviors that we expect to see and what are our expectations, okay? One of the most common mistakes I noticed is instead of pointing out the appropriate behaviors and things we'd like to see more, we focus in on when a child or individual is making a mistake or engaging in the inappropriate behaviors, okay? This commonly happens because it's also a lot more salient when someone is doing something incorrectly versus when they're doing it correctly.
What does that mean, salient, Jacob, for
Salient
people like
means
me?
Salient means it's a lot more noticeable, right? So when you see your kid or student doing something incorrectly, we're very quick to say, hey, no, Johnny, don't do that, okay? Versus when we see him doing something correctly, and sometimes we forget to point out, oh, Johnny, very nice job cleaning up after yourself or brushing your teeth, okay? So related to that, especially when we're stuck in at home, we gotta make sure that we're making our expectations clear for all of our children, our students, and making sure we're being patient with them. They're not used to being home from school for this extended period of time. So it's very important that we outline our expectations each day, and we can also utilize rewards throughout those days, okay? For instance, if your little Johnny doesn't want to brush his teeth at the end of the night, I like to conduct what we call a preference assessment. Hey Johnny, what'd you like to do before you go to sleep? I want to read Where the Wild Things Are. Oh, great. Okay, so why don't you go ahead and brush your teeth, and when you finish, we'll read Where the Wild Things Are. Okay, so these are just some general little tips that are applicable to most age groups, and I've found helpful in my work and in general. Let me know if you guys have any questions about that, or would you like me to expand on anything, Professor Pedro?
Hold on 1 second, let me see here. Yeah, so, well, I want to ask,
Yeah.
So, do you think it would be beneficial to, like, maybe, I don't know, maybe write down or at least think about the interactions that we have that generate conflict, trying to get them to do something, right? That's what you were talking
Sure.
about now. You said, oh, you know, if they're having a hard time brushing their teeth, I think about what happens, right? And then I approach it a different way next time,
Sure.
right? And what was that technique that you said to do that? Something assessment?
Oh, preference assessment. So this
Okay.
is generally used to identify an individual's preference and find out something they like or something they want to do. And then we use that preference in order to motivate them to do something that might not be as preferred, right? So if there's a task that they really don't like, every time we sit down to do math homework, we have difficulty complaints.
Okay, so on that topic, what would you say, like, sometimes it's hard for kids because their attention goes away and they start getting anxious and that doesn't help their homework, you know? How can we help with that? Would you say, like, maybe make notes on how long to study and then take a break, or what technique can we use to get kids to study more and to see what stresses them and makes them not be able to study for like 30 minutes straight, you know?
Sure. And one thing about this is,
Can you talk about that? I'll go right there.
okay, so one thing about that is, as far as learning motivation, it's very individualized, okay? So if you have a preference for one thing at one moment, doesn't mean you're always gonna want that, okay? So we have to be very aware of making sure we're paying attention to our children and their current interests and motivation, especially now that we're schooling from home. If we start seeing little Johnny lose attention, there's nothing wrong with letting him take a break if he is to ask for it, and then we make the expectation clear. Oh, sure, you have a little bit of break to have a snack, and then we're going to come right back to the table and finish this task. Okay. Also, it's very important to try to make all of these, like Pedro mentions a lot, a positive experience. Okay.
Guillermo Castillo said he's gonna use that for toothbrushing.
Yes.
Okay, how can I improve? Let's do one last one before we start for the adult class. How can I improve my daughter's behavior when she's not paying attention in school? She didn't say specifically why, but maybe she's talking to her friends or whatever. How can you improve their behavior when you're not there?
So that can be challenging, and it's going to depend on your level of communication with the teacher and other professionals who are working with your children. So it is a challenge to control or affect behavior when you're not there. However, we look at what are their measurements of their behavior at school. So you have tests, you have report cards, you have communication from the teachers. So something that's been successful for me and for some of my students in the past is coming up with a system of measurement for their behavior at school that you receive at home, okay? And then we identify some of the preferred reinforcements or preferences.
So repeat what you said about the behavior in school that you at home.
Sure, we have to find out a way to quantify it, okay? Because we're not at school, we don't see what behavior they're engaging in. So it's also gonna depend, are we talking about academic behavior? Are we talking about being goofy, or a combination of them? Okay, so we have to utilize some type of objective measurement that you're receiving from the school, whether it be the report card or the teacher's progress.
To get a specific thing that you're gonna try to work on, right?
Yes, because
Okay.
it's important also that the children, the individuals we're working with, they need to understand the,
Yeah, she
the
said
connection.
talking to the classmates, Jacob, so.
Okay.
So that would be the specific thing that you would try to work on, right?
Sure,
Okay.
and on that note, there's two ways you can approach that, right? We can say, hey, make sure you do not talk to your classmates, right? That would be more of a, potentially punitive or scolding way of working on it. Or we can say, hey, make sure when your teacher's talking, anyone's talking, we got to be paying attention and listening to what they're doing. That way, not only are you explaining what they should do instead of talking, right? But then you're working on decreasing that behavior as well.
Okay, cool. So, John, you can go there and see if people write any other questions, but thank you guys so much for joining us today. We're going to start an adults class at 5:30, so stay tuned. I'm just gonna reset up here, drink some water, and then be ready to go. So tomorrow, same time, 4:30, YouTube, Facebook. We'll see if I can get my other camera and do it on Instagram too. All right, guys, so thank you so much for joining us. And all the best. Remember, we started our online video course at www.graciebjjonline.com. And if you train at one of our schools or associations, we gave a coupon code to all of the professors. So you can contact your school and they'll give you a code that you can purchase any of the courses that are there for a price. You just pretend like you're gonna buy it. You put your coupon code and then you'll be free for you. So you can watch it and practice at home. All right, all the best, guys. Thanks. Thanks, Jacob. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Have a good one.
Oh man, no shaking hands. No shaking hands, guys. I know. Hold on, let me just take it out. Yeah, I already took it out of
The mic?
I disconnected, but let me end the stream here.